Hare Krishna. Welcome you all again on 90th episode book reading challenge. So today we are on day 2 and we are going to read chapter 3 and chapter 4. So thanks for you being with me. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshur Umilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swaminate Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you and welcome you all again. So as we discussed earlier in our previous two chapters or the first day, that Mother Earth was somehow burdened and she approached to Lord Brahma, and then headed by Lord Shiva, they went to, with all the demigod, they went to take help from Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu advised Lord Brahma that I will be coming in Brajabhumi, so you advise all or instruct all the Devi Devatas to appear in that place. So how do you understand that Mother Earth get burdened? That's the first question. So Mother Earth doesn't get burdened by the skyscraper, the buildings, or when we dig into her, but actually she get burdened when there is an irreligion or sinful kings start ruling over there, or the people when start doing sinful activities. So that is why Krishna he comes to slay those and to please devotees as well. And in second chapter we understood that how some Vasudeva was getting married to Devaki, and somehow he had an omen that 8th child is going to kill him. So he started killing one by one all the small childs of Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. But in the 7th child, by the help of Yogamaya, she was transferred from the womb of Mother Devaki to Mother Rohini, and he was known as later on as Balarama or Baladeva or Balabhadra. And at the 8th child, Kṛṣṇa himself appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki through the mind or heart of Vasudeva into the heart of Mother Devaki. So that we have still yesterday. And then by seeing that, all the demigods, they came and they offered obeisances and prayers to Lord Vishnu within the womb of Mother Devaki. So today we are going to read chapter 3, that is called as the birth of Lord Kṛṣṇa. So this summary is given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is a founder Acharya of ISKCON and is well known as Hare Krishna movement. So let's start reading it. So if you have any questions, you can actually type down in the comments so that I will try to answer it in our next session. And thanks for being with me. As described in this chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, Hari in his original form, appeared as Vishnu so that his father and mother could understand that their son was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they were afraid of Kaṁsa, when the Lord appeared as an ordinary child, they took him to Gokula and then a home of Nanda Maharaj. So Mother Devaki, being fully transcendental, Sachidananda, does not belong to this material world. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared with 4 hands as if born from her womb. Upon seeing the Lord in that Vishnu form, Vasudeva was struck with wonder, and in transcendental happiness, he and Devaki mentally gave 10,000 cows in the charity to the Brahmanas. See, giving charity is so important that Mother Devaki and Vasudeva they were in prison. They could not give any charity over there. However, mentally they have given 10,000 cows to the Brahmanas. Right? So Vasudeva then offered prayers to the Lord, addressing him as the Supreme Person, Param Brahma, the Super Soul, who is beyond duality and who is internally and externally all pervading. Here it explains that Kṛṣṇa He resides everywhere, internally as well as externally. The Lord, the cause of all causes, is beyond material existence. Although He is the creator of the material world, when He enters this world as Paramatma, He is all pervading. Anantarastata pramanu chayantarastatam. Yet He is transcendently situated. For the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material world, the Lord appears as a Guna avatar, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So the Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara are called as Guna avatar of Lord Krishna. Thus, Vasudeva offered prayers full of meaning to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devaki followed her husband by offering prayers describing the transcendental nature of the Lord. Fearing Kaṁsa and desiring that the Lord not be understood by the atheistic and materialist non-devotees, she prayed that Lord withdraw his transcendental 400 form and appear like an ordinary child with two hands. So here, Mother Devaki actually, after saying Krishna, Vishnu is in 400 form, she requested him to please come in his two-handed form as a child as well, because uh, out of affection of as a motherly affection, she thought Kansa, by knowing that Vishnu has come, he can come up right now and try to kill him. Though she knew very well that Vishnu cannot be killed by Kamsa, but still, out of affection as a mother, she wanted Krishna to appear as in 200 form. And the Lord remained Vasudeva and Devaki. So the Lord reminded Vasudeva and Devaki of two other incarnations, in which He had appeared as their son. He had appeared as Prishnagarva and Vamanadeva, and now in this was the third time he was appearing as a son of Devaki and fulfill their desire. Actually, in a previous millennium, these two, Vasudeva and Devaki, they had actually gone through very, very severe austerities, and by that they pleased Lord Vishnu. And when Vishnu came, he asked for the boon, and then they asked that we wanted to have son like you. And then Vishnu thought, no one can be like me. So he decided to appear as he is, or as in form of Vishnu, into as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So in the first time, he came as Prishnagarva. He well known as Prishnagarva. And then in the second time, he appeared as Vamanadeva, or also known as Upendra. And third time, he is appearing again as Krishna. So the Lord then decided to leave the residence of Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison house of Kaṁsa, and at the very time, Yogamaya took birth as a daughter of Yashoda. So it's being said, at the same time, Yogamaya, she took birth to Mother Yashoda in Nand Maharaj house, the palace. By the arrangement of Yogamaya, Vasudeva was able to leave the prison house and save the child from the hands of Kaṁsa. When Vasudeva brought Kṛṣṇa to the house of Nanda Maharaj, he saw that by the Yogamaya's arrangement, Yashoda as well as everyone else was deeply asleep. So this is again the power of Yogamaya. The prison, everything's got opened, all the guards, they got sleep, deep sleep, not just sleep, they were sleeping deeply. Even the same happened in Gokula as well. Everyone is being fully deep slept. Thus he exchanged the babies, taking Yogamaya from Yashoda's lap and placing Kṛṣṇa there instead. Then Vasudeva returned to his own place, having taken Yogamaya as his daughter. He placed Yogamaya on Devaki's bed and prepared to be a prisoner as before. In Gokula, Yashoda could not understand whether she had given birth to a male or to a female child. So again, because of the Yogamaya's potencies, Mother Yashoda could not remember, because of the Prabhupada writes that because of the labor pain, she could not remember it was a child or a male or a female. And that's because of the potency of Yogamaya. So this is how we actually complete chapter 3, and thank you for you all for being with me. And let's go on to chapter 4. And chapter 4 it says that is the atrocities of King Kaṁsa. And now Kaṁsa knew very well that because of effluences what Mother Devaki had, Kaṁsa thought that Krishna is actually appearing. In the previous chapter, it is also described that uh, Kansa thought it's not wise to kill a mother or a mother because she was having a child in her womb. So he thought, as I've killed six, I will be killing this one as well. But he was terrible. He was very much afraid. And now let's see what happened there now. So this chapter describes how Kansa, following the advice of his demonic friends, considered the persecution of small children to be very diplomatic. After Vasudeva bound himself with iron shackles as before, all the doors of the prison house closed by the influence of Yogamaya, who then began crying as a newborn child. This crying awakened the doorkeepers, who immediately informed Kansa that a child has been born to Devaki. Upon hearing this news, Kansa appeared with great force in the maternity room, and in spite of Devaki's pleas that the child be saved, the demon forcefully snatched the child from Devaki's hands and dashed the child against a rock. Unfortunately for Kamsa, however, the newborn child slipped away from his hands, rose above his head, and appeared as the eight-handed form of Durga. Durga then told Kamsa, the enemy you contemplate has taken birth somewhere else. Therefore, your plans to prosecute all the children will prove fertile. According to the prophecy, the eighth child of Devaki would kill Kansa, and therefore, when Kansa saw that the eighth child was a female and heard that his so-called enemy has taken birth elsewhere, he was struck with wonder. He decided to release Devaki and Vasudeva, and he admitted before them the wrongness of his atrocities. Falling at the feet of Devaki and Vasudeva, he begged their pardon and tried to convince them that because the events had taken place were destined to happen, they should not be unhappy for his having killed by so many of their children. Devaki and Vasudeva, being naturally very pious, immediately excused Kamsa of his atrocity, and Kamsa, after seeing that his sister and brother-in-law were happy, returned to his home. After the night passed, however, Kamsa called for his ministers and informed them all that had happened. The ministers, who were all demons, advised Kamsa that because his enemy had already taken birth somewhere else, all the children born within the past 10 days in the village within the Kamsa's kingdom should be killed. Imagine it. So, although the demigods always feared Kamsa, they should not be treated leniently. Since they were enemies, Kamsa should try his best to uproot their existence. The demonic ministers further advised that Kamsa and the demons continue their enmity towards Vishnu because Vishnu is the original person among all the demigods. The Brahmanas, the cows, the Vedas, the austerity, truthfulness, control of the senses and mind, faithfulness and mercy are among the different parts of the Vishnu, different parts of the body of the Vishnu, who is the origin of all the demigods, including Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Therefore, the ministers advised the demigods, the sensitive persons, the cows, and the Brahmanas should be systematically persecuted. Strongly advised in this way by his friend, the demonic ministers, Kamsa approved of their instructions and considered it beneficial to be envious of the Brahmanas. Following Kamsa's order, therefore, the demons began committing their atrocities all over the Brajabhumi. So here we understood how Kamsa being frightened again, and he started killing small childs wherever he found in his kingdom area. So from tomorrow we will go on to read more pastimes of this. So thank you for being with me, being connected with me, and encouraging me to read whole 90 chapters before Janmashtami 2020. So I would request you to like, share and subscribe the channel with your friends as well. and share with them, so that slowly and slowly actually we should get all the chapters throughout. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.